Are you concerned about skin aging? Maybe you've already noticed signs around your eyes and mouth. Maybe you're wanting to reverse the signs of aging you've had for a while, or maybe you want to prevent aging from occurring. So this video is going to be about aging and what you can do about it, whether it's to prevent it or to reverse some of the signs, if not many or most of the signs of aging. So what exactly is aging? Besides its evidence of lines, wrinkles, and sagging skin, let's look into it on a cellular level. Okay, so I figured it would be a little easier if I just showed you on my screen here to kind of discuss a little bit about exactly what aging is and how it works. So just to quickly go through this is we've got we're going to be talking about the DNA and the cellular damage, which is the aging. And so these little guys right here are called sister cells. And so what sister cells are is that one of these was the original cell, and then it makes a copy of itself when splitting and dividing, when it feels it needs to regenerate, which slows down as we age. And when we're young, they develop quite quickly and quite fast on a healthy scale. So we want to keep that going, but I'll kind of discuss it here as to what happens. So what happens to a cell, this is the original cell, let's say, and right now I just showed right here that it's a little bit damaged. So that was just my way of showing damage to it. Now what it's going to do when it feels like it needs to, it's no longer that perfect cell that it was before it got damaged. And I'll discuss a little bit about what damage is and how it happens. But what happens is when this cell decides, oh, I need to regenerate and make a sister cell, it's going to make the exact duplicate of itself, including the damage that it has. And so if that happens, and let's say this cell goes on and it gets damaged as well somewhere along the line from something, when it wants to re-replicate itself, it's going to make the same exact damage all over again. And so it's even worse off than it was from the beginning. So, and again, if that one decides to regenerate and it gets damaged again, so it's got like 3 damage spots, for example, and it goes to make itself a sister cell, it's going to keep making duplicates of whatever condition that it's in. And that's what creates part of the aging process, is when our cells are no longer these young, youthful cells that were like perfect and beautiful, but as they get damaged, it just keeps going and going and going, where you just, it's like your grandmother, you look at a picture of her when she was very young, like in her 20s, and you're like, wow, she's very beautiful. And you look at her now and it's like, it's almost not the same person anymore, is kind of what we're seeing. So this is what's happening. So it really is about protecting yourself from free radical damage. So yeah, you can see here, I'm a little bit in the way here, but it just keeps duplicating and duplicating and going over and over. Okay, so what causes that damage is what's called free radical damage. And these are things that are floating in the air. They're, going in our lungs. They're what we eat or what we drink. So things like soda, right? A lot of sugar and things that deplete our body of vitamins and nutrition, and other foods that we eat that don't have much vitamins or nutrition in them. This is what happens to the cells and how the free radical damage happens. So we've got a neutron, and there are electrons that go around the cell to keep it, I don't know, it's just the way everything is built basically in this small bit. And what happens is he all of a sudden loses an electron here. Now he's off balanced, and he's actually going to be a cause for a problem, because what he's going to do is, because he's off balance and he wants to be balanced, he's going to be searching for another electron. So he's going to find another happy little neutron that has all his little, electrons running, and it's going to try to steal it from the other one. And then what happens is, it's like once this one tries to steal it from this one, none of them ever win. They don't actually get to have that electron. It just kind of goes missing. And now we've got 2 that are off balanced, and they're both going to set off a chain reaction where they're going to be constantly looking for another neutron that has great electrons and try to keep stealing from them. And it just multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. So this is what's called oxidation. And oxidation actually is inflammation. And so how inflammation happens is that we have our immune system, our immune response, our little cells that keep us healthy inside. And what happens is it notices a pathogen, and it notices it, gears up, and kills the pathogen. But while it kills the pathogen, or is on its process of fighting the pathogen and killing the pathogen, what happens is it sets off this oxidation as it does it. And what happens is this is where our white blood cells come into action, killing and off the infection itself. And that's when a doctor can see if whether or not you have an infection, basically by taking some blood or something and noticing if there's any white blood cells in there. And that tells them, okay, we've got an infection, we've got inflammation. And this is oxidation. And we can also see that in things like acne. We've got the whiteheads. That's where all the white pus comes from. It's the white blood cells. So this is what causes the aging effect, is just the constant damage in our cells that just keep replicating and duplicating. We have the inflammation and the damage that happens from the free radical damage and having to fight off pathogens. So it's really important to understand how to keep our systems healthy, so that some of these things we're not going to be able to necessarily prevent. Our bodies are always fighting off pathogens and all sorts of things all the time. So it's doing its job. The problem is when it does oxidate and it does create inflammation and everything, and it creates that damage in our cells, and then when they re-replicate, we just get older and older and older. We need to know how to feed our body and feed our cells properly in order to keep the aging process very much at bay as much as possible. So now that you can kind of understand exactly what aging is and how it works in the body, I want to discuss a little bit more of the effects of aging. So the effects of aging are loss of elasticity and collagen, reducing its firmness and stretch, reduced ability to regulate water, such as in the body and the skin, which creates dryness, a slower and less cellular renewal process, as well as leading to skin atrophy and the process of degeneration. In fact, skin dryness is from the thinning of the skin and reduced oil glands. That's why your skin type changes as you age. The other thing about aging is that as you age, your skin actually becomes thinner and thinner and thinner, which also reduces the amount of oil your skin produces, as well as allowing itself to lock and keep in water in the skin. That's why it happens often as you get older. Your skin type changes and the water content in your skin starts to become more dry. It's estimated that skin loses about 6% of its thickness every 10 years. So skin aging can actually be categorized into two groups, one of that being intruistic aging or chronological aging, which is the passing of time, which is kind of what would just naturally happen if you just let time go and you're not being proactive with your skincare or your nutrition. And what happens with this passing of time is it slows the process of degenerating tissue and decreasing cellular regeneration. The other category for aging is extrinsic aging, also known as photoaging. And this is mostly due to the UV rays from the sun destroying cellular activity and regenerative abilities and destroys collagen and elastin. The characteristics include fine lines and wrinkles, roughness, pigmentation, corpora skin, atristic keratosis, and skin cancer. Other sources to extrinsic aging are exposure to outdoor elements such as stress, lifestyle choices like smoking. Aging can actually also be compounded by things like health problems, hormonal imbalances, improper care while young, improper nutrition, which is robbing the skin from proper nutrition for cellular regeneration and growth. So the main culprit of aging is what's called that free radical damage, which I talked about earlier, which mostly stems from UV light followed by cigarette smoke. So even if you're in the prevention stage or the reverse stage, or even just the realization stage that you're aging, here's how you can prevent, reverse, and preserve your beautiful, youthful skin. And if you're really serious about skincare, just remember that age is just a number. So I'm going to quickly list off the important things to help you age more gracefully. So the most paramount action is to protect the skin from free radical damage by wearing sun protection and having better life choices such as not smoking and eating healthier. So maybe including some vitamins, for example, and reducing stress, having good skincare regimen, and using products according to your skin type. So I will actually have a skin type quiz down at the bottom in the description for you to take so that you can understand more about your skin type, whether you know your skin type or if you just want to make sure you know what your skin type is, because most people do get their skin type wrong. So this quiz should be able to help you understand more about what your skin type is and will help you understand how to take care of it properly with the proper products to use that will help your skin and balance it out to the perfect, healthy, beautiful balance. Okay, so with that said, here are some important anti-aging ingredients to look for in products to care for your skin. ID-benone, which is a powerful antioxidant reducing collagen destruction. Other various forms of vitamin A, glycolic acid, nitropeptides, apricot, which has vitamins A, B, C, and D, carrot and vitamin A, horseradish, which also improves connective tissue, and more. So in the near future, I do plan to make a video over vitamin A, particularly since that tends to be the hallmark and the most prized skincare ingredient that people are always looking for, primarily, mainly for anti-aging. But there are so many other ingredients that are also very good and can work synergistically to help create a more youthful appearance and help reduce and reverse a lot of the damage that has already occurred to your skin that's causing that aging. Another powerful anti-aging secret is to be making sure that your skin is very well hydrated. I am always promoting and practicing hydration in the skin since most people's skin tends to be dehydrated. And if you've ever noticed the difference between a grape and a raisin, the evidence is pretty clear that since the water is missing in the skin, that will also create a more wrinkly and old aging look. So when you are properly hydrating your skin, it will help kind of plump it back out to help reduce the appearance of aging. And one of the best ways to do that is to know exactly how to properly hydrate your skin. Most people on the internet will tell you all sorts of things like drinking loads of water and using hydrating serums and stuff, which that can all help, but it's not going to be the thing that creates your skin to actually become hydrated and have a lot of water in the skin to create that healthful, youthful look. In fact, when your skin is properly hydrated, it just looks different, it glows, it responds differently, and it works well with helping to move along other products and ingredients that you have put on your skin that will help move it into the skin far much easier, and it will also help reduce excess oil that your skin may be producing. Trust me, when your skin is very well hydrated, it really does it's just different, and you'll notice such a difference. It looks healthier and it glows, and it's just, you'll be really happy with the way your skin is responding and acting once it's very well hydrated. So I do have a video for you that I will put in the description, and I'll put even up here. I don't know where I am. It's gonna be up here in the cards for you to take, and I highly recommend that you watch that video. And I also definitely take that skin type quiz that I have for you so that you can understand more about your skin type and how to properly take care of it. So thank you for watching me here at Contour Image. I hope this was helpful to understand a little bit more about what aging is and how to prevent it. And just remember to stay beautiful for life.